epic scary movie.
Smile, you're on Candid Camera, of course. We're not on Candid Camera, but I am talking about the movie Smile today in this horror movie review. What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and today I have a horror movie review of Smile. A new horror movie just released in 2022, and of course, you got a couple of creepy actors who know how to smile just right to make you a little nervous about what they're up to next. To promote this movie, they had actors at MLB stadiums just smiling in a very creepy manner. But before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. For more horror movie reviews, I've done a bunch of horror movies, so feel free to check those reviews out after this video. Subscribe so you never miss a beat. In this video, I'm going to review Smile. I'm going to talk about the acting, the directing, the plot. Of course, I got to read the plot right after this intro. And then I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about the movie. Then I'll get into some prominent reviews, some from Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and Metacritic. Then I'll get into my rating of Smile. Is it worth watching? Is it worth watching multiple times, or should you put it on the pass list? Without further ado, let me get into Smile. Now, where I'm going to be reading this from is Rotten Tomatoes. So this is the plot or synopsis as presented by Rotten Tomatoes. After witnessing a bizarre, traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins to take over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. So that's the synopsis. First, let me talk about the acting and directing, and then I'll talk more about the synopsis and plot itself. The star playing Dr. Rose Cotter is Susie Bacon. You may have heard that name before. This is the child of actor Kevin Bacon. She's also starred in movies such as The Last Summer, Charlie Says, and the TV show 13 Reasons Why. So she's been around a little bit, along with having a very good acting father. Playing her boyfriend or fiance in this movie is Jesse Usher, playing Trevor. Now, if you notice him, he plays in The Boys as A-Train. I love The Boys, great TV show, but that's neither here nor there. I recommend checking it out, though. He also plays in Independence Day Resurgence and The Banker, so he has also played in very prominent roles. Another very good actor. So we have two good actors right off the bat. Kyle Gallner, who plays Joel, who is a detective. He's been in a few roles as well. The Haunting in Connecticut, American Sniper, and Scream 2022. So he does have a horror movie past and also plays in other good movies such as American Sniper. Now let's talk about the director, Parker Finn. This is actually going to be his first movie. He does direct a couple of shorts, but this is going to be his first movie as his directing career takes off. So now that we've talked about the actors and director and where you may see him previously, let's talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. The acting was absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Both the creepy actors, the ones who did inherit the curse of the smile, along with the supporting actors. Dr. Rose Cotter is absolutely phenomenal character. Susie Bacon did a great job of portraying the fear in her eyes as she inherits this smile curse. as she's chased by a demon. Jesse Usher does a great job of the concerned, paranoid fiance who doesn't know how to react as his fiance is going through these traumatic events that he can't see or help. Kyle Gallner does a great job supporting, trying to help Dr. Rose Cotter, his ex-girlfriend. So the acting is absolutely great for this horror movie. The directing is okay. I do want to say the horror aspects and the creepy atmosphere are phenomenal. It's a great horror atmosphere and creepy aspects. But stop me if you've heard this one before in a horror movie. A character, the main character, inherits a curse and then goes throughout the entire movie trying to learn about the curse and how to put an end to it. It seems almost played out. Now, you can blame that on the director, you can blame that on the writing, although the director does take part in some of the writing. So I'm going to blame that on this first director, this rookie director. So it is a little bit of a played out story. Now, I do want to give credit where credit's due. As I did say, the horror aspects of this movie were phenomenal, and it does have a very creepy atmosphere. The acting was also good, but the story is a little played out. Now, I'm sure we'll get more horror movies in the future with along the same story. But there were also some aspects about the story where they just didn't go in depth on. Yes, they talked about the curse a little bit and how you could inherit the curse and how you could end it, but I wanted to know more about the background of the curse. They didn't do a good enough job explaining that, or maybe even how to get rid of it. Now, they did a little bit, but is that the only way? I have a lot of questions in regards to the curse itself and the story itself. There's a lot that I would have liked to go into a little bit more. Also, the character development, while good, isn't great. It could have been done a little bit better than what it was. With that being said, I still love the acting, and what a horror movie is what this is. Or what you want from a horror movie is what this is. Creepy atmosphere, some nice jump scares, keeps you on the edge of your seat. But story-wise, it just didn't do it for me. I have a lot of questions, and this story itself, or at least the general arching story, is a little played out in terms of a horror genre. We all seen it before in horror movies. A curse, main actor tries to get rid of the curse. It is what it is. The ending, I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. It was okay. Seemed like a horror movie fit ending, but I wasn't over the top all about the ending. It was okay. So now that I've talked about what I liked and what I didn't like about Smile, let me give you some ratings from the prominent site, and then I will give you my final rating of Smile, and if you should check this out or skip it. Let's talk about Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has a 79% from the critics, so certified fresh. The audience, a little bit lower, but pretty much right on par at a 77%. Metacritic, we're going to see a 68 from the critics and a 6.7 from the users. Finally, IMDb, we're also going to see a 6.7 out of 10. So now that I've gone through the ratings from those prominent sites, let me get into my rating. I love the acting. I loved the horror elements and the creepy atmosphere of Smile. However, the story was a little lacking. It's a been there, done that before in the horror genre. I also had a couple of questions going throughout the movie that they didn't explain enough of. I wasn't over the top about the character development. It was okay, but not great. And I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. It was okay, but nothing to write home about. For all of those reasons, I'm going to give Smile a 6 out of 10. Smile's definitely a good movie and a nice addition to the horror genre, but there's some aspects that I would have liked it to do a little bit better. However, this is definitely a movie that if you're a horror fan, you should check out and you're going to enjoy the ride. But let me know in the comments section if you've seen Smile and what you think of it. Do you like it? Is it one of your favorite horror movies? Or are you around where I'm at a 6 out of 10? Let me know what your favorite horror movie of 2022 has been so far. We're almost at the end of December 2022, so I'm interested to hear what your favorite movies of the year have been. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, stay spooky. Peace.